we are picking up where we left off. The last stream. And in this one, I am just going through gonna go through here and tighten up these lines in here. It's my goal in today's video. We have the legendary fine art brush, yes. One thing about me, I personally enjoy thick outlines in my work. I think it really helps to separate the character from the background and it actually helps accentuate the details. Because you have a clear border and then your eye just goes in from there. Although I'm going to be honest, I enjoy inking on traditional pencil and paper a bit more than digitally. I just like the feel of it. I feel like I have more control over the particular utensils that I use. There's going to be some more details in there. We need to actually draw out this crossbow. So let's zoom in here. And let's figure some things out. So let's say this shape, and let's actually go okay. See, so this layer should have been lower and opacity already, so we kind of messed up a little bit with the outline, but that's okay. We'll go over and make it again. I wasn't paying enough attention, but that's okay, because now I can actually go in here and just gonna see how I want this to fit together. I feel like this is the bottom of something, and this is the top of something. That's what that feels like. And if we're going that way with it, then that means that this is the top, and this is the bottom. So we have our shape here, and then we can connect it like so. Whoops. Oh, we got some chats. Yo. I'm sorry, bro. I sure was not aware of your existence. I was working, man. I'm sorry. How you doing? What's good, bro? Read the chat, you scallywag. You're right. I know damn well you didn't just come back with a stream and your ass not even reading the chat. I'm sorry. Yo, that's hilarious. My bad, bro. Hey, man, you know, we out here working, bro. We trying to make stuff pop, you know. Cause I really want to get this this character. I really want to get this character complete. You feel me? I need it to happen in my lifetime. I feel like I be getting a little distracted by chat a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. But it you know what? It's entertaining though. It's really entertaining though. So I guess I have to be distracted. Hey, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Go ahead and eat some food, bro. Okay, so that's good. And then this is like a little tab here. And it actually goes down again. Because this... Whoop, whoop, whoop. We got to make sure our angles are consistent now. That goes this way, then that goes this way, and this is supposed to follow alongside. And then this is supposed to go down this way, and then we leave a little hole here so that this can come through, twist around, and boom. Boom, just like that. And we're gonna twist around. Come to that right there. Okay. This is going to give us... And this is something I figured out, is the more you can zoom into your picture, the more detail you can get out of it. See, now that doesn't look quite right? Because if these two are the same, then this should be going to the side a little bit like this, and then up at the same angle, and then this should be coming up over here. Yeah, see, that makes more sense. That makes a bit more sense. Remember to be consistent with your angles and to make sure that everything matches up. And you will get to a point where you can do that stuff in your head, in your brainicle, like I just did. But it does take practice. It's not something you can just do, I'm afraid. What up, what up, what up? What's good? More people is in here. I low-key don't even know who it is because the way I have the chat set up is real small on my screen. I wonder if I can, like, pop this view out. Can I get a full screen? Hey, there we go. We got Red Jacket Man. What's good? What is delicious? I don't know, bro. Actually, I do. I just had some food and it was delicious. It was very delicious. But that's besides the point. What is the point? Is this beautiful picture that I'm drawing. It's gorgeous. Again, I'm trying to be consistent with these angles, and I see that this one is lower than that one. Which sucks. We don't want that to happen. If we're consistent here, then that is the cutoff. Right there, yep. That is the cutoff. And I am melding that line into that one. So I am going to erase this. Maybe we need to give it more of an art. There we go. There you go, sir. Much away. I know what the issue is. This will fix it right here. This will fix it right here. I know what to do. If we drag it up all the way over there, boom. We just gotta make it a bit longer. There we go. Problem solved. And you know, now that I'm looking at it, this would probably cut off around here. Yes, there we go. That's better. Yeah. I like that more. I like that more. Yeah. And then we can give him some arrows, some little darts right alongside here. Give him 3 here, and we'll give him some more down there. That'll be later. And then we'll try to put that behind there. Put another one, and put another one. Boom. Back of the van brace. There we go. That is our conceptual crossbow. Now we will do the darkened crossbow. We will complete the darkened crossbow. Yes. Bold. I think we want to go with bold for this one. So we can. Ooh, that's very bold. That is super bold. Super bold. Now, one thing I do try to do is, and it's better to just show you as an example. If you know, if you draw like a pot, right? You know, you draw a pot, and you have all these curves that go a specific way. That's cool. I like that. But I try to draw curve shapes like Joe Mad draws curve shapes because I feel like the way he draws curves is super expressive. It's like you get the same idea as the object up top, but in my opinion, this is simply more visually pleasing. And I think it would look a bit more. I mean, I think I need a different brush, to be honest. I like line art. It's cool. I think it's better for sketching, though. I'm going to ink with something different, I think. Smooth that there. Hit OK and deselect it. We're going to go find ourselves a different pen real quick. I think fine line might do it better. Might do more justice to what we're talking about. So, with this, I try to draw curved lines that end in a point. In my opinion, I think this type of shape is a bit more visually pleasing. Or, I mean, if you do it right, like, like I would draw it regularly like this and then go over it. Like this. I just like this more than I like the smooth lines. I don't know. That's just me. Is the sound buzzing? Like, is there too much noise in the background or something? Okay. I'm gonna stick with the hard line, actually. Fine line, rather. You a wild boy. You a wild boy. I'm a real wild boy. Wild boy. Wild boy. Who's old enough to know where that's from? First of all, you have to be old enough to know what a VHS is and have had it in your youth. I'm a real wild boy, wild boy, wild boy. Wild boy, yeah, wild in action. Y'all don't know what that is. Oh, I'm a real wild boy, wild boy, wild boy. I'm a real wild boy, wild boy, wild boy. That's from Tak and the Power of Juju, the video game. Yeah, you had to. A lot of things had to go right in order for you to know what that reference is. You will have had to have owned Jimmy Neutron on VHS. Specifically, the Jimmy Neutron movie on VHS. And then you will have had to not fast forward it through all of the trailers through said VHS and have watched it to get the reference. It's very old, very old. Yes, you did. Yes, you did hear attack and the power of Juju. That is something that you just heard from me. I just said it. I actually never played the game, but I watched that trailer so many times. So many times. I never heard anything good about the game, so I never picked it up. Just trying to carefully... And I picked this fine line brush because it can vary. I can vary the intensity without having to constantly... Whoops. Without having to constantly change my brush size. Might want to put on lazy stroke, but I don't feel like it because I'm lazy. Haha. There we go. Yep, so this part of the drawing, you're really just rendering out the part that you already made. Putting more finalization on the lines that you have, making them permanent. Yeah, the show was pretty bad. Show was pretty bad. Did not care for the show at all. I'm surprised it even got a show because I never cared for the video game. I mean, like, just because I didn't care for it didn't mean that other people didn't. But, man, I do not remember any of my friends talking about, oh, man, Attack and the Power of Juju was such a great game, man. Oh, you never played it? Dude, you gotta play it. I've never had that conversation with anyone. I'm not certain if that's completely indicative of the game's quality, but I feel like it might be a little bit. Feel like that might be the case, just a tiny bit. There we go. Yes. And now, because I have this little basis here, I can start adding crap like nuts and bolts. See, it's really good to get the base down because now you can add detail where otherwise would have been a little tricky to figure out exactly where to put the detail and how it would work. You already got the base though, so you don't need to do a whole lot of guessing. I did hear about Dragon Ball Magic. Not too certain what it's about. I'm just gonna see it when it comes out. You know, we'll see what it's about. Not gonna hype myself. Apparently, it's not a continuation of Super, so you know, I halfway care about it to be honest. I really just want to see the Moro arc. I really want to see the Moro arc animated. I don't know why you're doing everything but the obvious thing to do. I just don't get it. I don't know who's in charge of Dragon Ball business wise, but they suck. They suck. Like they should lose their job. It's so easy. I feel like if I was in charge of Dragon Ball, I could make them so much money. Honestly. If I was a dude to be like, this is what we gonna do, and they had to do what I said, they would be so rich. The fans would be happy. Like, I just don't understand what the problem is. I don't think it's that hard. We are very clear on what we want. We want more high quality anime. We want you to care about Dragon Ball like you care about One Piece. Point blank. Care about Dragon Ball like you care about One Piece. Put as much effort into Dragon Ball as you put into One Piece. Right, yeah. Goku and Supreme Kai are gonna be kids, I guess. Yeah, whatever, I guess, I guess they don't have anything else better. I couldn't come up with anything. And I mean, honestly, it's because the show should have been over after Z. I mean, it should have been over after Cell. Let's just be real. After Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, Toriyama he should have just stuck with his guns and kept Gohan as the main character. This should be a completely different show. But no. Honestly, if we're talking about good storytelling, Gohan should have gotten every power-up Goku got in the Buu Saga and in Super. Honestly, Goku should show up as like a cameo. I love Goku. Goku is my favorite character. But just if we're talking about like storytelling and like how stuff is supposed to happen, yeah, Goku should have been. It should have been the okie doke from my man's Kakarot, bro. I want Madhouse to animate Dragon Ball. No, I want the studio that animated One Punch Man to animate Dragon Ball. Honestly, I feel like they could do the best job. If there's anybody that could get a Dragon Ball style right, like the studio that animated One Punch Man, that animated Mob Psycho, that should be the studio that animates Dragon Ball. Real stuff. Yeah, and it's like Gohan. The thing is, Gohan was a good character in Z. That's what happened. Gohan stopped being a good character because Toriyama literally was like, I don't think Gohan's working. I don't like this guy. I want Goku back. Like, Toriyama wanted Goku back, I think. I don't even think it was the fans. I think Toriyama wanted Goku back. He was like, this superhero shit just is not, it's not my vibe. Not feeling it. And I mean, it's his shit. So he can feel that way, but man, oh man. Yeah, I feel like I could say that too because I recently just watched the entire series from start to finish, at least Dragon Ball Z, and I feel like I can say the series was like a cohesive story from the Saiyan Saga all the way to the Cell Saga. As soon as we get to Majin Buu, it was still a cohesive story that then just derailed itself completely. Like, it was setting up to do one thing and then said, fuck it, we're going to do something completely different. Like, you can see the point where it switches from the one story it was telling to the other one. It's right after Gohan gets his energy taken, and they start flying off to go to Babidi's ship. That's when it happens. Sad hours. But What can you do? What can you do? Nothing. A whole lot of nothing. That's alright. That's alright. You don't need a whole lot of something. What you need is a whole lot of nothing. That's what you need. A whole lot of nothing. What, do you think you deserve a whole lot of something? Nah, mate. Nah. Nah, blood, that ain't how it work. That ain't how it work around here. Yeah, I definitely am going to redo the Sonic tutorials for when Blender 4.0 comes out. That's when I'm doing the new Sonic tutorials. Absolutely, I'm doing that. That's easy money. Because it's a new version of Blender. We got new tools to play with. And Sonic is a very, very easy character to make. I've made him so many times at this point. Sonic is my donut. You should consider doing a Dr. Eggman of the modern 3D games. Definitely. I'm getting the goal is to just make a whole bunch of characters. Now, I don't want to do a whole bunch of copywritten characters because I don't know how that works as far as like putting stuff like that behind a paywall, because I need to start making some more money from this, so this could be like a viable thing for me. Otherwise, So I want to do characters that I come up with for safety reasons, so I can know 100% that if I put that on a Patreon, behind the paywall, can't nobody come after me and be like, "Hey, you stole our character. You put our character behind the paywall. You can't do that with our character, man. You're using our character." I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Oh man, that shit was hilarious. All right. We are still slowly but surely making our journey through the image, constructing every fine line so that the details come alive and that we can see the creature in front of us. So menacing, so evil. Not really, he's not evil at all. He's definitely angry, bordering on evil. You could definitely say he's on the border. He's on his way. If he doesn't get his act together. If he doesn't get his act together, he very well could be evil. Here and do that, go here and do that. Remember that SSJ Goku and Beast Gohan are just recolored. Yeah. It's sad hours, bro. It really is, bro. Like, Battle of Gods was the last original thing that came from the show. I mean, I guess you could say Ultra Instinct is kind of original too, but like, Man. Man. I miss when I miss when like stuff just like made sense. Like everything had a start line and a very clear follow through line. Everything from Dragon Ball to the Cell Saga was just a cohesive story that made sense, and it has not been that since. GT definitely is more cohesive, but it's just so ass. It's so bad. GT is just so bad. The only good thing from GT was Super Saiyan 4. Man, you know, and also I actually like the intro for GT. People be making fun of that. I actually like the intro for GT. I just think the show is really bad. Yeah, but I know I'm definitely a minority on that one. People be making fun of that GT theme for so long. I don't know why. I honestly do not know why. I really dig it. It reminds me of the Digimon thing. Bro, when Future Trunks was first introduced, I was so hyped. Oh, yeah, bro. Future Trunks came to the scene and was literally him. He just showed up and was him. Just like, yo, I'm him. Sliced everybody to oblivion real quick. I know him is supposed to get here soon, but I'm your replacement him. Yeah, he did. He did not fare very well. And by he did not fare very well, I mean he got his ass thoroughly kicked. He definitely got messed up. Pretty bad. Pretty darn bad. He definitely got fucked up quite a bit. But that was the arc his character was going on. That had a purpose. Like, granted, when the Buu saga was coherent, like there was some bit of coherency. Like maybe it wasn't when they went to my Babidi ship. Maybe it was when Majin Buu defeated Gohan and he was knocked out. That might have been when Toriyama made the switch, or maybe it was in the middle of when Gohan came back to fight Buu. Whatever the case is, he switched his mind. He changed his mind at some point and said Gohan was not it. And that changed the show forever. That changed everything forever. Instead of Goku having a noble sacrifice and passing on his knowledge to the next generation, Goku came back to fix the next generation's mess ups, because they also in the previous generation messed up, needing the next generation to fix it, only for the next generation not being able to fix it. So it's a whole mess. It's a whole cluster cuss. It's a whole cluster cuss for everybody. Yeah, like in his whole life, he ain't never asked nobody for help, like not one time. And then this little shriveled up raisin comes through and is like, all right, as long as I can beat Kakarot. All right, buddy, whatever, Mr. Sandman. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in my ass. Okay. Oh, Jesus, that was horrible. Christ. Okay. This is why they have shape tools. I know they freaking do. Don't. I know this can work. I mean, that's decent, but not what I want. No, it's not what I want. Come on, 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 come on. That's good enough. You know what? I'm not. Oh, wait. You're still. Okay, fine. Sure, whatever. Good enough. Haha. All right. Let me go to chat and turn this down a bit. There you go. Okay. The real stuff for like this part of the drawing process, you're really just like you're actually tracing, but you're tracing what you've already drawn, so it's not cheating. You're tracing and then enhancing. I won't say it's just tracing because you're not just tracing. You are enhancing the picture. As for shading, I'm debating on whether or not I want to hatch it or shade it with color so that I can see all the details properly. Kinda want to do it with color, but I kinda want to hatch it. Because if anyone knows me, they know I'm a hatcher. What up, Jerry? I'm just messing with you. What's good? What's good, brother? Okay. Then we can add some more detail. And then we can go here. There we go. And I think I want to have some type of hold it. There we go. I think I want some stitching going down here. I think I do. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna just do it like this, yeah. And then we'll get this right here. There we go. Also working on an animation project. Heck yeah. Oh no, this is Clip Studio. This is something, this is a completely different software. No. If only Blender had a literal painting section that was just for digital painting. That would be insane. I mean, it has a, uh, you know, it does have the animation panel, but it's not anything like this. It's not even close. Not even a little close. Blender's good. It's not good for everything though. Although I do need to give the grease pencil a fairer shot so I can, because I do want to test out the viability of doing the storyboard in Blender and then just animating right on top of my storyboard. Because that is something that you can do, which is amazing. Now that is amazing. I really think the industry is gonna have they're gonna have a really hard time justifying why they're not using Blender. they're gonna have a really hard time because, in my opinion, at this point in the game, there is no reason. What is a storyboard? A storyboard is basically a storyboard is a comic for a movie that's not necessarily made in the format of a comic. Think of a storyboard like, you get your sticky notes and you draw a ball on the thing and then you flip it up and it makes a little animation. Think of a storyboard like each of the sticky notes, except you're not necessarily drawing the next step in the animation, you're drawing the next part of the scene. You can draw it in a way that invokes movement. You can do that, and that actually does help the animators later on because they actually have a view of what it is you were trying to do. But that's not necessary. That's not necessary. You can do it just like a comic book, and as long as the actions are clear and the camera angles are clear, it can be used in production. If you're going to do a storyboard, though, I would suggest doing it not necessarily like backwards in the style of manga, but in the style of storytelling that manga does, because I feel like manga lends itself to being translated to anime a lot better than comic books lend themselves to being translated into cartoons. Because if you look at manga, the way that they draw their panels is basically a storyboard for the anime. Like I would suggest look at some videos of people drawing storyboards and then go pick up some of your favorite manga and see the similarities on how they frame certain shots. Manga is often extremely cinematic. Comic books are a lot more illustrative in the sense that the artists are thinking more in terms of the whole page. They're thinking of the page itself as an illustration more than a method of translating action from the page to the scene, or from the page to the big screen rather. You can now there are some comic books that are made in that way that and some comic books, Sin City for example, that movie that they made of Sin City, I'm pretty sure they shot that almost panel for panel. I think they made certain adjustments for certain scenes. but I'm pretty sure that was fairly accurate to the comic book that was behind it. But that's an exception, at least for American comics. And thank you, Mr. Kelly Johnson. Oh, yeah, good luck on that. You got a lot of work ahead of you, buddy. And I wish you the best of luck. Jesus, that's why I need a Wacom tablet. I think Wacom tablets are a bit better at recognizing the pressure. It's like I'm either drawing super light or super heavy. It's like finding like there is no medium ground, bro. It's like I mean, I guess that's a bit of a medium ground. Probably just gonna have to go over certain lines over and over again. See, I don't want that. There we go. Okay, so now this pouch. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm not going to hold you. I had it a little rough there for a second. And, man, you know, being in an accident, it does more than actually hurt you physically. You definitely gotta, especially like if you're like me and you're used to being completely functional and fully capable of taking care of yourself. It is a blow to your ego like none other than to literally have to be like, hey, I actually physically can't do this for myself. I really need your help. I hated that so much. Oh my God. Oh, I hated that shit. Oh, I hated that shit. I am so glad I do not have to deal with that no more. My hand's not healed all the way, but it's healed enough. I'm not healed enough to go back to boxing, but I'm definitely healed enough to where I don't need people to be like be all over my shoulder and shit. Man, that was annoying. Golly gee, Willikers beef. And that's the thing. I know they did it from love, but man, it's like, cause I'm a whole grown man. I'm 25, and people were babying me, dude. Like, no, bro, no. I'm injured. I'm not a toddler. This is not a new version of Blender. This is Clip Studio. This is completely different. Yeah, I do my drawing in other software. That's what I'm saying, bro. But I mean, I literally couldn't do anything, dude. Like, my head was jacked up, bro. I was jacked up, bro. I was jacked up like a bug, dude. It was bad. I could hardly even, like, bend down to pick clothes up. Cause I was internally injured. I was still my internal bleeding was still healing. So it was just bad, bro. It was just bad. It was just not a fun time for your boy. Let's just put it like that. It was the opposite of what I would consider to be a fun time for me. And that definitely is gonna have me a lot more cautious on my bike going forward. Let me tell you that. As much fun as I was having, I do not want to be in that position again anytime soon. You know, if I'm like that, I need to be an old man that actually has lived a life to the point where I've earned the right. I feel like old people earned the right to complain because they have survived this harsh, evil, vile, volatile, disgusting world for longer than any other person could. So, old people, in my opinion, I cut them a lot of slack. They actually kind of have the right to be a little, mean or bitchy or whatever. Like it's just because they old, man. They've been through too much. Oh yeah, Kelly. You might not know, but I got into a bicycle accident about a month or so ago now, and took me out of commission. Basically, bro, I was basically donezo. You know, I had some internal bleeding in my stomach. My right arm was basically broken, and yeah, I was just kind of jacked up for a little bit, but I'm better now. I am better now, and am in higher spirits. And so I'm ready to do more work. Ugh. Because I have been pretty out of it. We got people correcting people. Oh God. Yeah, well, yes, I appreciate it, man. Much appreciated, man. But enough about that bicycle accident. Who cares? Who cares about bicycle accidents? We care about making characters. Freaking characters, man.
Yeah, that's right. I said character. That's right. I said character. I ain't say no character. I said character. Because you see, the difference between a character and a character is characters are more like caricatures.
Alright. You didn't mash square with this character? Yo, I watch Dragon Ball Fighters. People play it a lot. I stopped playing it as much. I haven't played that game in a minute because I just it's. They actually managed to make one of the most fun games of all time not fun for me. It's actually not fun for me anymore. Like they just ruined it. I don't know what possessed them to make the changes that they made, but they made them, and the game is worse for it, in my opinion. Anyway, I watch people play the game, and people, the commentary for that game is just fantastic. I think it's Bum98 or something like that. He does like birthday bashes and a lot of tournaments where people just come to his crib and they just play the game and he does it on stream. The commentary is just hilarious. Like characters, there are certain characters. If you play Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you know there are certain characters in that game that their game plan is for you to mash square. Like that's if you pick that character, you pick the character so you can mash square. And there was a situation where a motherfucker had one of those characters and didn't mash square. Bum was like, "You didn't mash square with this character?" That was the funniest shit I ever heard, dude. Like, the way he said that with such conviction, bro. It was just like, do you know what character is in your controller right now? Like, you're not mashing square with this guy? Like, why did you even pick him up if you weren't gonna mash square? Yeah, that's crazy, bro. If I pick up a character that I can mash square with, you know I'm mashing square, bro. Granted, you could use that as part of your strat to like not get caught by like not mashing square and have somebody expect you to mash square and then you can punish them because they was waiting too hard. But that's when you playing the game like really, really hard. I'm not playing the game like that, bro. It's not that deep. Not anymore. I was really playing the game like that because I wasn't trying to get beat by my younger cousins that I incited against me. I incited them to violence, and they totally took the challenge. Oh, what version of Blender do you use? I use whichever one is current. Whichever one is current. You know, I don't really like get attached to versions of Blender anymore because it's like unless some change is just so egregious that I really don't want to go to the new thing. I just want to stay with the old thing. Unless that happens, which I don't foresee. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty cool. You know, I'm pretty good. Because it's usually the same piece of software. They've just added one or two bells and whistles that wasn't there before. And half the time, they're not for me. The modeling part of Blender has gotten very good. Like, they don't really need to do a whole bunch more to that, in my opinion. Especially since they like add-ons exist and I have hard ops and shit. Like I'm really good. You feel me? I'm pretty good. Pretty decent with that. But also I update the versions of Blender. Like I don't do it right when the new version of Blender come out. Like it usually takes me a minute because I'm not like unless I run into a problem that I feel like they might have fixed with the new version of Blender. I'm usually cool with just the one I have. Don't need a bunch extra. But I'm a real simple guy, to be honest. I'm real simple. It don't take a whole lot to please me. It don't take a whole much. Wow. It doesn't take a whole lot to make me happy. It really doesn't. Really simple to please. Just make shit easy. Make shit not complicated, and I'll totally get behind it. And not to say that Blender isn't complicated, but it's definitely a lot more. In my opinion, it's a lot more easy to get behind than Lightwave or Maya is by far. But I also think that's partially because the community for Blender is so great, though. I think that if Maya or any other software had the community for it that Blender does, I feel like, I don't know, Blender might be in a rough spot because the community for it is off the charts. Like the amount of free add-ons that you can get, the amount of reasonably priced add-ons for this free software that you could just pick up and use is insane. Like, you do not have to break the bank to enhance your experience with Blender. Yep, that's a great thing. That is indeed a great thing. Oh yeah, this asset right here, this is gonna be fun to model. We're gonna get a lot of cool, interesting geometry out of these shapes right here. Look at that. That's gonna be a nice shape. That's gonna be nice. Trust me. Let's look back in totality. Oh yeah, he's already looking good. Look at this. It's good to zoom out and just look at it in totality for a little bit, because you spend so much time zoomed in, doing all these intricate small details, but then you don't zoom. You got to zoom out to see the full picture and how it's coming. I think it's coming very nicely. What the heck was this? Oh yeah, this was the roughest of rough drafts. I'm going to start drawing more like this. I'm just going to start with big shapes and try to get everything together after that. Because starting with the skeleton, it just takes too long. Yeah, he's definitely 7.5 heads tall now. Yeah. All right, let's get back to work. Back to the meat grinder. Oh man, we're back to the meat grinder. Drag this down. This is the outline, so we get to be thick with our lines. Oop. And you don't want to get too overzealous. Okay, there we go. Get that. Damn it. The one time I don't want to draw a line straight down, I actually get it straight down by accident 4 times in a row. The one time I don't want to draw like a line straight directly down, I'm actually able to do it when I don't freaking want to. It's insane. It's insane how it works, bruh. All right. We'll stick with the thickness, because we'll do the outline first and then come back with a smaller brush for the inner detail. I'm also affording myself the ability to be a bit more loose with some of these outer lines because I can fix them later. Not necessarily married to the way it is. There we go. And then go down and then do that. Then go down, come out, and then do this. There we go. And then we do that, and then we do that. There we go. Can you make an updated version of how to make Shadow the Hedgehog? Can you do an updated model of Shadow the Hedgehog? Yes, I will. When? I don't know. But will I? Absolutely.
Ooh, you know what's gonna be? Well, fuck it. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Alright, almost got the outer lines done. Just got a few more to do here. And does the old way still work? Of course. There's just more ways to do the same thing now. Hasn't necessarily changed. Just the way you do it. The way you do it has. Some of the menus might be in different places. But you can totally still follow it. If you could get to a point if you spend enough time learning the keyboard shortcuts and the functionality of Blender, you can follow tutorials from older versions or even other software in Blender. Case in point, I literally just got done. I think I can show you guys this. This isn't anything special. See if I can pull this up real quick. Let me see. Hold up, go. Here we go. I just got done making this likeness portrait of Anthony Hopkins. And this was a ZBrush tutorial that I followed in Blender. So yeah, everything that the guy in the tutorial did was in ZBrush, but I just followed along in Blender and got the same result. So you can what? Do you know what Bandai's Basics? I don't know what that is. But yeah. Yep. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, repeating patterns is a good way to add detail. Why am I getting that? All right. It's a math game. I meant Baldies. Man, the way that the chat is set up, it looks weird. I mean, it's. I need to figure out if I can like change the font for this, or at least the color or something. Maybe make it bigger or bold, or have a shadow behind the words. Anything to help it stand out a bit more. I'm gonna fiddle with that later. Definitely gonna fiddle with that later. It's not bad. Sometimes you got to get your arm in the right position. And I'm not going to hold you. It's definitely easier to get your arm in the right position with paper. That's definitely way easier to do. Do you use Streamlabs or OBS? I, my friend, use OBS. Yes. I was introduced to streaming through OBS, and I have stuck with it since. OBS, baby. Boom. All right. And now we're about to add more detail. And the way I make straps really makes my life easy in this regard. Take note of how I'm doing this, because this can help you save time. Again, you see how I made these straps. Okay, I just drew the line, and now watch this. Boom. 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 Now I have something holding the strap. Very simple, very easy. I used to use OBS, but then it started acting up and I couldn't fix it, so I switched to Streamlabs. Yeah, that's usually what'll do it. Yep. You can't get it to work for you, switch to something that does. I feel that. I agree with that. That's what I did. That's what I did. Lightwave was not working for me. And Maya was way too complicated for my 13-year-old brain. That, and I couldn't afford it, so. I don't know if they had a bunch of student versions and shit like that back when I was trying to figure it out. I mean, I know how to use Maya to an extent now. I still don't like it. Instead of being indifferent to it, though, I actively dislike it now because The reason I actively dislike Maya is because Blender exists for free. In my opinion, Blender completely invalidates Maya's existence. Like, there is no reason for anyone to ever pay. How much is Maya? Hold up, let's just look at this real quick. Let me prove a point real quick. We just about to see how much this stuff costs. Look at this. $5,000 every 3 years. 1,875 annually, or $235 monthly. Bro. There's no way. There's no way. And look at this. You telling me you can't do this in Blender? We know we can do this in Blender, bro. Look at this. Look at this image. People have already done this in Blender. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Look at this. We've already done it. Blender is here, dude. Bruh. Like, just look at, man. There is no justification for this price. There is no justification for this price at all. At all. And don't even get me started on Lightwave. I think they stopped. They're not even on 2023. And it's still $1,000. It's still $1,000. There's no way, bruh. No. There's no way. It's just insane to me. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, these prices don't make any sense. And people and companies stay paying. They stay handing over Autodesk all that money, bro. And that's per suite. That's per computer. Nah, bruh. Nah, never. In no world does that make sense. Save your money. If I was you, I would be saving my money by not buying that shit and downloading Blender for free. And making production quality level shit with free software. At home. That's what I do. Like, honestly, use Maya if you at a company that requires you to use Maya and they're willing to teach you the keyboard shortcuts and stuff, or they're willing to let you learn the keyboard shortcuts in their particular workflow so that you can fit in with their pipeline. But unless you're doing that, don't. In my opinion, I would never use it ever, dude. Maybe if you want to do some motion capture stuff, but even then, Blender has some add-ons. Like if you fiddle with them enough, you can get them to work and do any type of motion capture you want in Blender. Honestly, if that's what you want to do with your life, just do it. Yeah, man, Maya's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. You definitely had a stronger case for Maya back in the 3.4 days, or not even. My bad. Back in the 2.4 days. All right. I will say, people, they definitely had more of a point when Blender was old. Back in Blender 2.4, dude. Yeah, that was rough. It was rough. It was a little rough. It was definitely rough around the edges. All right, I can't even look back with nostalgia glasses and want that old. I don't even want to go back to that Blender too. I have no nostalgic love for that Blender. I love Blender. I stuck with it through that, but man, the software, and that's really because I didn't even have a frame of reference for what good software was. Because I don't think that Autodesk stuff was good software. It was definitely useful, but it wasn't user friendly at all. Blender wasn't user friendly neither, but it was free. So that's what, had helped me stick through it. And then it kept getting better. 2.5 release completely changed the game for Blender. Like, it was like, oh, wait a minute, Blender went from a really, really, really rough looking, really patchy, crappy looking software to something halfway usable. And then they messed around and went to Blender 2.8 and changed the whole game. Now it looks like an actual nice premium piece of software that people want to use. Like, you open up Blender, it look all nice and gray and shit. Like somebody took some time to design the user interface. Like somebody actually listened to the Blender Guru's video. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I think we have Andrew Price to thank for our current state of Blender good lookage, okay? I don't know if y'all remember, he did an entire video of him just going through and like basically redesigning the Blender interface because it was just whack, bruh. It was whack. It was wackadocious. It was not cool. And they've made it better, bro. Like, Blender is actually a usable, user-friendly piece of software that looks nice, looks inviting, and not super duper complicated for people to just get into. Yeah, Andrew Price. That's just that's the Blender Guru. Yeah, that's a good dude. He has done wonders for the Blender community, and I give him all the big ups he deserves. Yeah, we put mad respect on Blender Guru over here. We put mad respect on the BG over here. That's the BG, you feel me? Yeah, no, we just gonna call him BG. That's BG, bruh. What's that show for Big G? Basically. Blender Guru, baby. See, he the Blender Guru, though. I'm the Blender Magus, you feel me? I think I'm gonna just change the channel to the Blender Magus. I think I'm Ure. People don't need to know I'm Ure the Blender Magus. I think I could just be the Blender Magus. And also be Ure. Because that is me. I am Ure, the Blunderbugus. Not Ure. Not whatever. It's Ure. Think hooray, but Ure. Like you're a ray of sunshine. There we go. That's nice. And then we do this. Whew. Okay. Got to zoom out, cut the other layer off real quick. See what we got going on here. Woo! All right, this guy's looking pretty nice. Let's see how long we've been recording for. A decent amount of time. It didn't even feel like I've been recording that long, but I guess I have. I guess I'm not really recording, I'm streaming. But it's whatever! Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. And we're almost done. We just have to do this arm, and then we're good. And then, before I go, I'm going to get started on the front and side views. Zoop, 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 zoop. Anyone else make sound effects when they draw? Zoop. To be honest, I make sound effects when I do anything, but like drawing specifically. Like, do y'all do sound effects with your anything? Like, or you know what? Fuck, do y'all do sound effects like just like through your life? Like, cause I do sound effects for everything, man. Like, if I close the refrigerator, I do sound effects. My man's Kelly Johnson came through with $2, bro. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate you, bro. You stay donating to the family, bro. Appreciate you, bro. And I know it's hard out here, bro. You know, thank you for sparing a couple bucks that you can, bro. I really do appreciate it, man. Because it is not easy out here. They have officially put the game on hard mode. It is not easy out here, bro. So thank you very much. And what was that $2 super chat? Let me actually read that. In the Q&A, in the Q&A, can you teach us how to make a Phong shader? You know, to be honest, I'm not really certain what the specific properties of a Phong shader are. A Phong shader are, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm necessarily doing Q&A sessions these days. I mean, I might. I think I might as well. I mean, it was a thing that I was doing. I might as well keep doing it. You know, it was cool. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't necessarily know like the specifics. I usually just use the principal shader. I'm not like I haven't gotten into the specific details of making specific shaders and all that. Because that's too much. It's too much. It's too much for my brain. There's only so much. Like, cause again, I'm good at a lot of things, but there's certain things that, you know, it's just, you got to pick and choose your battles. Because I have to keep up my skills in drawing, otherwise I'll suck. You know, I have to keep up my skills in modeling, otherwise they'll dull. So I can't, like, it's hard to continue to branch out to new things and still be good at what you were previously, like, and not suck at the stuff that you did before. Very difficult, very time consuming. Like, you can definitely master more than one thing, but oh boy. And I'd say I've done that to a certain extent. Yeah, you know what? And you'll be surprised at how much detail just doing this right here to the outline of certain cloth-like materials. It's amazing how good this stuff looks as soon as you zoom out. I'll show you. Look at this. It just looks so much more detailed. And also, you know, depending on the type of belt that it is, some belts even have stitching on it. And it just adds so much, in my opinion. I think it makes it look way more appealing. Just going through, adding the rest of the detail. And again, that's what's great about going through with the major forms first and then coming in afterwards with the detail, is that it's very simple to either add or subtract from what you've already done. That way there's not guesswork happening. There we go. this right here. And I think I want to add a couple of circles over here as well. There you go. Yeah, you just got to think of stuff that makes sense and then put it on the page. As long as it makes sense, you're usually good to go. There we go. I don't think that edge was particularly visually pleasing. I think it's a bit more visually pleasing now. Cool, cool, cool. There we go. Add some stitching out here as well. I'm telling you, it just really brings everything together. And now, got the cape. And I'm gonna think about something I'm gonna put right here. I'm gonna put something right there. But I don't quite know what yet. And so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through this sword part that I made, and I am filling in the blank area with what? Not quite sure yet. I am figuring it out as I go. I didn't have a specific idea for this area in mind. I just had a feeling. No, I'm not making that work for me. That's working a bit better for me. That isn't. Yeah, you really just gotta find like what tickles your fancy and what doesn't. I don't like that. I think, however, something like this might be good. If I did one like this, one like this. I think I like that. There we go. And then trademark markings. or the wraps around the blade. Every fantasy character has wraps around their blade, don't they? What fantasy character do you know that doesn't have their blades wrapped? Whew. Still gotta do this. I still want something right here. I don't know what, but I know I want something right here. And I think I want it to be thicker than the actual sword hilt, or not hilt, sword holder itself. I want this area to be thicker. Yes. Yes, see, that tickles my fancy. The one thing about doing that kind of line is you really want it to stay next to the other line it's reinforcing. We do want to get rid of this a little bit. That'll make our job a bit easier here. Yes. Haha. Wahaha. There we go. No. There we go. Then we can take that out. Put that there. And that's cool. I feel like something pointier should be there for some reason. Okay. We're going to turn this into something spiky. There we go. I think that just gives it some more personality. You feel me? Not going to hatch the whole thing. I do want to indicate that this back part here is indeed in shadow, though. save our work. I don't know if it's saved. Okay, is it? All right, and now, blam. This guy looks pretty cool. This guy looks pretty cool. This guy looks pretty cool. So, I think we're gonna end it here because this is a good place to stop. We got all our final details, so we know what he looks like. We're going when we do the model sheet, the front and side view. We're also going to do a back view just so that we can. We're probably not going to do a whole back view. We're probably just going to do some sketches of what stuff looks like from behind, just so that we can, fit it in the model. It's not too complicated back there. If I were to make some guesses, I would say this piece of chest armor here goes over, and there's probably a back part to it as well. Same thing with this. I imagine it just goes around the back and cuts off right here in the front. So, we can just imagine that this carries over to the back. Everything else you don't really need a back view for, so we might not really even do one because we can imaginate what this stuff looks like. The back of it isn't that important. Yeah, I think this guy looks pretty cool. I think he's ready for action, guys. I think this guy is ready for action. Jackson. He's ready to go. He's built different. It seems that the stream has come to a bit of a natural lull point, and I think that makes sense because we're pretty much done. So next time, like I said, we're going to go through and make the rest of it, and I think I'm gonna at least do the sketches for it. So I'm going to grab this. And move it down. All right, and then we're gonna go to this layer, and you can't clear it. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna go here, get rid of all that. And I'm just gonna I'll scale them. I'll reproportion them later. I just wanna. Excuse me. just want to go through so we can at least set ourselves up for the future. All right, good night. Thanks for joining. Oh, is that another two? No. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think we'll do a Q&A when I get into Blender. Beware of the S-curve. Or, as I like to call it, my favorite zigzag line. Because my favorite zigzag line helps draw everything. As you no doubt can see clearly from my demonstration. It is very easy to get a leg from that. Very easy. You can, so basically you can draw this curve as an S curve, or you can draw it as this zigzag line, whatever helps you conceptualize shapes better. well, I usually do it like I get the front view somewhat decently done, and then I don't usually do the skeletons for both right away, because it's much easier to do it one time and then copy the proportions over again. And I usually leave the arms out of it. Yep, that's about it for today, folks. We completed our main objective, which was this guy. He's good now. He's good, he's great. And so, I am going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream. And thank you guys for watching this video dash stream. For those of you who have joined a little later and are watching it in your pastime. So thank you guys. You all have a wonderful evening. And I will catch you on the next stream. And I will be streaming video games. I have decided that I am going to do that. I'm going to get a webcam. And that's going to be the end of that story. I'm not going to be streaming video games tomorrow. I'm going to be doing that next week. So, be on the lookout. Next week, Sunday, video game stream. And I will be streaming Spider-Man when it comes out. So, alright everybody. Have a good night.